Welcome back to the video series for Your Macros to Fat Loss Part 2. This is the second time I'm recording this video because on the first one I fucking forgot to start recording. We're just gonna run it again. Now if you haven't watched part 1 of our video series, I'm gonna go ahead and link it somewhere around here. Please watch that first. In that video we covered what your first 2 weeks before going into your calorie deficit or your fat loss phase should look like. So if you haven't watched it, please go back and do that now. In this video, what we're going to cover is the type of foods that you should be eating in order to make your fat loss as easy and enjoyable as possible. Now, why this is important is because you want to feel as good as you possibly can for as long as you can during your fat loss phase. This means keeping hunger pretty low, high energy for the majority of your fat loss phase. Towards the end, it might go down a little bit, that's normal. Or feel like you can't really think that clearly. Cognitive function is going to be huge. So want to keep as much muscle as possible so that we can look like Captain America by the end instead of Steve Rogers. So if you don't want to look like a melted candle by the end of your fat loss phase, keep watching. Alright, so the types of foods that we have during our fat loss phase are going to dictate whether we have a good time or a bad time. Now you can absolutely lose body fat while eating a bunch of junk food. But what will happen is you're more than likely going to blow your calories right away because they tend to typically, number one, taste really good, then they're also really calorie dense. So that's gonna make cravings a lot harder to resist down the line. I was having this conversation with a client literally just yesterday where he told me he had 4 tequila shots and 9 Moscow mules, I believe. Started doing a little bit of the math. He didn't track it during that time period. He just wrote me a note about it. When you start putting the numbers together, real quick, you realize how fast it is for you to blow your calories on a day-to-day basis. So in this example, we did the math for him. 4 tequila shots, about 400 calories. 100 calories each, and then 5 mixed drinks. We'll say 150 calories or so each. What is that? 1150, almost 1200 calories. Half your caloric intake for the day is already gone in just alcohol. Doesn't include the food you had before. You're getting the drunchies, which if you don't know, the drunchies is just munchies, but instead of smoking weed, you're drinking alcohol. So that alone in the span of 4 hours or so, half your day calories are gone. Unless your plan is to absolutely hate your calorie deficit, your fat loss phase, I 10 out of 10 do not recommend that. What you're gonna wanna do is look for foods that are high in protein, high in fiber. This is gonna make sticking to the plan that much easier. Number one reason why people tend to fall off is because they keep eating calorie dense foods, they get super hungry, on top of not seeing a bunch of results, and then they go and buy what I call a one-way ticket to Fuckitville. Not a good spot to be in. You also have to take into account you have school, work, kids, maybe you have a partner you take care of, a parent you take care of, and all of those things take your time, attention, they add stress. If you're already not feeling that great, it's no wonder you're gonna have a very difficult time. It's like trying to burn 2 ends of a candlestick. I think I said that right. Food quality is going to be super important before we even start adjusting our macros for fat loss. Aiming for high protein sources. What's up? You want to go on the table? What's up? This can be things like chicken breast, ground turkey, ground beef, tilapia. If you like dairy products, string cheese, Greek yogurt, all phenomenal choices. Vegetarian vegan options such as like tempeh, tofu, lentils. When it comes to carbs, ideally you're looking for things that are high in fiber. So something along the lines of fruits and veggies. Guys, if you want a cheat sheet on sources of protein, carbs, and fats, I'm gonna go ahead and link my cheat sheet down below. Go ahead and just grab it absolutely for free. All right, so far we know what our calories look like and what our macros look like. Remember the first 2 weeks we tracked our food? The second step, we're improving our food quality. We aren't having as much junk food and we're minimizing liquid calories. Things like your coffee creamer, your sauces, alcohol is gonna probably be a big one. This is honestly probably going to be the hardest part of your fat loss phase. You're having to change your eating habits. But this is to set you up with a really good foundation to make permanent fat loss that much easier down the road. What you might notice during this period where you're changing your food quality, changing your eating habits, is you can't eat as many calories as you used to. And so naturally you're going to start losing a bunch of weight, a bunch of body fat. This is good. You don't need to force feed yourself in order to hit the calories and the macros. If you get to that point, the one exercise that I want you to do is push the plate away. Put it away, put it for leftovers, eat it later on. You don't need to finish the plate. Alright guys, but that's pretty much everything when it comes to food quality and the types of foods you should be aiming to hit. On the next video, we're going to cover how to adjust your own macros as you're going through the fat loss phase so that you can get the best results possible. So if you haven't liked and subscribed already, go ahead and smash that like button and let me know what you guys think about this series so far. Peace. What's going on? Eat their meat.